Conditions of Itikaf. 261. The validity of an itikaf depends on the following conditions being met. 1. The person performing itikaf must be a Muslim of sound mind and in a state of purity. Therefore, itikaf is not permissible for non-Muslims, the insane, those in a state of JANABAH, or those who have not yet become pure from menstruation or post-birth blooding. Non-Muslims are not eligible for worship, and the insane are not capable of forming intention. It is also prohibited for those who are not in a state of purity to enter mosques. 2. The intention for itikaf must be made. Accordingly, an itikaf performed without intention is invalid. This is because its validity as a worship depends on intention. 3. Itikaf must be performed in a mosque or a place of equivalent status. That is to say, itikafs may be performed in any mosque where prayers are performed in congregation. It is more meritorious to perform it in large mosques. Women may also observe itikaf in their own homes, in a room designated as a mosque or set aside for that purpose. These places are considered mosques for them. Although it is permissible for women to perform itikaf in mosques outside their homes, they cannot avoid the disapproval associated with it. Just as it is more virtuous for women to pray in mosques is more virtuous than praying in mosques. Likewise, their itikaf in their homes is more virtuous than performing itikaf in mosques, as it keeps them free from all thoughts of fitnah and corruption. According to Imam Shafi'i, itikaf may be performed in a place worthy of reverence, which is the mosque. Places designated as mosques within homes are not worthy of such reverence. For in an obligatory itikaf, the person performing the itikaf must be fasting. In this case, inadvertently breaking the fast does not invalidate the itikaf. Fasting is not a requirement for other types of itikaf because there is no specified duration for them. In fact, it is valid to intend itikaf, even if one leaves the mosque within an hour or two. According to the Shafi'i school, fasting is not a requirement even for an obligatory itikaf. 262 reaching puberty, being male, and being free are not prerequisites for itikaf. Accordingly, the itikaf of a sensible child, a woman, or a slave is valid. However, a woman's itikaf is subject to her husband's permission, and a slave's itikaf is subject to his master's permission. Even if they have vowed to perform itikaf, the ruling remains the same. If permission is not granted, a woman must make up the itikaf she vowed after separating from her husband, and a slave must make it up after being emancipated. 263. If a man grants his wife permission to perform itikaf, he cannot revoke it. It is no longer proper for him to prevent her. A master, however, may revoke the permission he has granted to his slave. A contracted mukatab slave, on the other hand, may enter itikaf even without his master's permission, since he possesses partial freedom.